Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are very well. So today we will discuss about based on experience and challenges in English in learning English. Description text by using gerund and to infinitive. We are from group 7. There are Putri Listika Wulandari, Felicia, Muhammad Al-Hakim, Edward Sani Ekaya Nofta Sopang, Irvin Alwin Pakpahan, and Kintan Chatlani. Okay, let's start. The outline of description text. Number 1 is identification, 2 part description, and 3 conclusion.
Alright, we move on to identification. In English, there's a lot of attention. One is like a difficult experience and learning. Each person who studied English had a different method. Some memorized by simply listening to a conversation, while another's weird and another's learned by heard only by reading. If we fail to master English, we could miss out on our study methods. Now, there are probably some of the things that make it difficult for us to learn English. So, as you can see, the color mark, the ground, and the to infinitive, there is learning, listening, reading, to learn, and to master. Thank you.
Number 2, part description. For its lack of confidence. Begin don't always feel confident, especially when it comes to speak English. If you feeling any pause or someone else comprehending, it's also helpful to remind yourself of your strengths and success. A perfect way to begin build your self-confidence is by reminding yourself of your strengths. One of the best ways to build your confidence is by raising your first hand on. This self-confidence arises because of the fear or shame to make a mistake when expressing a sentence. Everyone also start learning from chariots and also makes mistakes. Grown and to infinitive. Remedying to speak, building to begin, facing to build, expressing to make learning.
Next, if you want to start being self-confident in yourself, start with those around you who trust you, such as asking a friend who understands English for helping you to learn English. Confidence can only be obtained from yourself. The solution is to study in group and often with strangers. The confidence level will increase. Having a healthy level of self-confidence can help you become more successful in your personal life. And the gerund is asking, helping, and having. And to infinitive is to start, to learn, and to study.
Secondly, way to memorize English vocabulary is by reading. Reading is a good activity to introduce ourselves to new vocabulary. Reading can also train us to learn a word based on context. We can read we like. We can read with whatever we like, be it novels, comics, newspapers, magazines, and so on. Cause readings that we like, so that reading activity become more enjoyable. Try our reading material according to our English skill level to so what so that we don't find difficult or bored when reading it. Gerund and to invite, reading according to memories to learn. Thank you.
Alright, I will be read this for you. Next, we are born with a different language or local language, perhaps some obstacles. Fortunately, English classes begin in elementary school. At least a small vocabulary was mastered. Though, in reality, some still find it difficult to speak English actively. When we are spoken to in everyday English, the answer is confused, groggy, and worse, irrelevant to the question. This is matter of pronunciation. Adding to this are English learning methods at school that are primarily memorized in a book for answers to exams, not for training or enunciations. We will realize it is very difficult to pronounce English in your own language. The result of mispronouncing will be vastly different from the purpose we will pronounce, such as mouthing, breathe, and heard. In this case, we need to learn the word independently and add it to a long list of irregular words in English and continue to exercise our flexibility in speaking in order to make a familiarity with it and to avoid stuttering and stumbling in English pronunciation. Alright, we're moving to the ground and to infinitive. In this sentence of this paragraph, you can see the mark of the ground and to infinitive. There is adding, learning, mouthing, speaking, to speak, and to make. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Next, almost everyone finds it difficult to learn English on grammar material. There are many rules to remember when use verb, noun, and the present, past, and future tense formula. How to solve it? No need to be afraid to learn grammar, because it is easy if you have mastered a lot of vocabulary. Learning grammar is not just memorizing formula, like how to memorize vocabulary. However, the most effective way of learning is by doing the question. In the question, you will train your sensitive in correct and wrong grammar. And the more often you do the question, the easier it will be for you to understand grammar. Okay, and the grammar is using, learning, memorizing, and doing. And to infinitive is the memories and to understand.
Okay, the next is trouble translating English because there is a difference between understanding and translating. When I understand a conversation with a stranger, there are a few key words that I pay attention to, namely keywords that we already know the meaning into Indonesian. Meanwhile, when translating English, you have to translate word by word and then know how to assemble it into a sentence in Indonesian properly and correctly, because we have a different vocabulary with them. Sometimes we have a word that directly indicates its meaning, but sometimes we don't. Likewise, with English, because the meaning depends on the term in each culture and language was very, very as well as textual differences. Like rich village can mean village, usually mean village depend on which term we will apply it to. Gerund and to infinitive. Translating, understanding, to translate. Thank you. In addition, another point that can make it difficult to learn English is not having friends to practice. It may seem trivial, but having friends who can help you in your English learning is a very helpful thing. Besides you become excited to learn, you can immediately know new things. Learning English without having friends has its own level of difficulty, and not as fast as when you have a friend practicing. If you want to immediately English, it's better if you do it with friends who understand English too. For the gerund and to infinity is having learning, practicing to learn and practice. Okay, next.
Okay, I will read the next paragraph. Class is the limitation of our learning time when we usually only study English in the class in a daily short time. Whilst with that amount of time, it is nearly impossible for us to learn the English materials as well as resulting the learning process ineffective. The effective way turns out by allocating a small amount of time frequently. Nowadays, there are a lot of learning applications that we can use to study everywhere. Whenever you have spare time, like during lunch, just after waking up in the morning, or even before sleeping, spare 15 minutes to read or to learn new vocabulary using a dictionary is enough to gain new knowledge. The gerund on this paragraph are resulting, allocating, waking, sleeping, and using. And to infinitive on this paragraph are to learn, to study, to read, and to gain. Next. However, learning English could be boring sometimes. It happens if we keep on practicing the same way from day to day. In order to avoid the boredom, we need to be innovative towards the way we learn English. For example, taking different materials from various platforms can give us multiple points of view regarding a topic. Additionally, having partners in learning English also may help us to create interesting learning environment. In this paragraph, there are only gerund like learning, boring, practicing, taking, regarding, having, learning, interesting, and learning. And for the last conclusion, the conclusion of the problem of difficulty in English is that we must be willing to start learning and have a sense of curiosity in learning English, so that we don't experience obstacles in learning English such as not being confident, limited study time, not quickly memorizing vocabulary, pronunciation problems, to have difficulty translating English into Indonesian, not having friends to practice with, and being bored as explained one by one. With a high level of discipline, it will be easy for us to learn English without any problems. The genre on this paragraph are learning, memorizing, translating.
Having and to infinitive is to start, to have, and to learn. Okay, I think that's all from us. This is our presentation. Sorry if us have some mistakes. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.